What is going on, y'all? I'm I.
And I'm Ian. And we
in the building with Black Guy Critiques. What is going on, y'all? We love you. Hope you guys are liking the video so far. Please make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe and join
Don't
the
forget
ride.
to put that notification on, big dogs.
Absolutely. Hit the bell.
We need nicknames for y'all. I feel like y'all should contribute with this because y'all need to have a nickname. You know,
right? I can't call them the critiquers, though. I can't call them because we're the critiques. We're the critiques.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we want to just
figure it out.
Y'all need a name.
Y'all need a name. I don't know. Comment below what y'all think y'all name should be. We're going to figure it out. We'll take it into consideration. We'll critique it.
If we don't like it, it's going to be a no. You might even hear us talk about your trash name event. That might be a thing. Don't embarrass yourselves.
Trash name selection deserves critique. But Nate, how you feeling, brother?
I just watched this movie like an hour before we started talking. Because I'm terrible at my job sometimes.
Hey man, you gotta do.
But that movie was fire.
That's fire. It's fire. It's fire.
Look at my face.
So, as you guys heard on the previous video, it is Black History Month. So, how we are celebrating that with Black Guy Critiques, we're covering some of the best Black films, productions, things going on in the media right now that we want to give eyes to and put on our unbiased, unfiltered opinions. And tonight, what are we talking about, Nate? What are we talking about?
We're gonna talk about that. Coach Carter. Oh,
really, nigga?
This man
I fell in real life. I fell in real life. That was a real life fall. That wasn't stage. My chair did not hold me up. It did not support me trying to, fade away. Yeah.
You faded out. That's what you did.
I'm trying to
But yo, anyways, we gonna be, as always, we'll be covering the story, the characters, and giving the critique of our rating. So let's go ahead and start this thing off right with the story. The story starts with a veteran baller, Coach Carter, right, is brought on to coach the Richmond High School basketball team. A team that is riddled with no good kids, a losing streak, and no real future. And he takes it upon himself not only to get a winning team up out of these band of rapscallions, but also to turn them into men. Cue the Milan music right now.
I'll make a man out of you.
Make a man out of you.
Okay, we weren't on. We were
That's
there.
Literally what happens,
you thought it while I was singing it, but you should have sang it with me.
I'm telling you, brother. That's basically what the whole theme of it is. It kind of goes through the journey of I feel like this hood story, talking about a coach returning to the hood from a hood he already came from and trying to save as many young Black youth as possible. I love it. I can relate to it. I can see other people's imagery in it. Great homage to our lives in the early 2000s. This movie is 2000s AF.
90s. Coach Carter was a coach in 1998.
Late 90s, early 2000s. Because what you see so much of the imagery is like, bro, that's what it was in middle school. I'm sorry, that's what it was. But that's pretty much the story in a nutshell.
All right, y'all. And now, the characters.
This man.
There was fireworks. Whatever. It was a great movie.
We need fireworks.
So, this movie is about, as we know, Coach Carter. His name is Kenny Carter. You see the movie start off, he comes to see his son. His son Damien's in there. You have Ty Crane, who is supposedly the LeBron James of his time. Because, LeBron James just came out then. This has been when he was, right after Kobe. You have my guy, Junior Battle, favorite dude. The actor's phenomenal. He is the Shaq of the culture in this thing. You got Worm with the smart antics. Lyle, who is Channing Tatum in his sad self. You got Cruz because he a gangster and a thug, but he also gonna do what he gonna do for the team. You got, dang, I done forgot the baby daddy name. What the baby daddy name is?
Oh shoot, Kenyon.
You know what's so wrong? Every time they say that boy name, I thought it was a girl, so I would always look for a girl throughout the movie. Like, who is this? Because
like Keon, that's probably
guys, I watched this movie with subtitles because I think I'm deaf. So if I don't see it, if I can't read their lips, I need the words. It's all right. So yeah, every time they said, I'm like, where's this girl at? And I'm like, oh, it's dude, the baby daddy. Hey, he asked the realest questions the whole movie as a teenager.
Facts.
I don't care what nobody says. He asked the real questions. And the whole movie, they hated on him. They was talking down to him. I'm almost certain when I saw this movie the first time, I remember girls coming for this man's life. I remember people saying he was a trash dude for this. And all of his questions were valid. They were valid.
Those were valid.
They were questions that needed answers. And they weren't giving these answers. They weren't giving.
I was actually surprised that a person his age was even thinking stuff like that, because he was thinking like next level, and she was just so narrow-minded.
Right? It's crazy, and it's crazy because Kyra, the girlfriend, as we're going through this, his girlfriend,
Ashanti, right? Ashanti plays.
Yeah, is Ashanti, and Ashanti usually plays the strong-headed girl who makes a couple of dumb mistakes in the movie, but like she's like on it, like we not gonna do this, you know. But this time she was like, she was with it. She was with the stupidity, and I was shocked. I was like, Ashanti,
you with the dumb stuff, bro.
Ashanti. Also, Amazon, I don't know what they was talking about. They said the movie came out in 2013. It definitely came out in 2005. It was throwing me off.
They said it came out in 2013.
I was really trying to. I was like, I know it didn't because the quality is not
Amazon
that great.
Smoking dope, bro. Yeah.
But yeah, so those are the main characters that matter. You have obviously St. Francis, the whole basketball team. They come up again. Richmond has the iconic game out into the suburbs, which their names I still can't remember to this day. I watched the movie and I forgot them 5 minutes after they left and get, you know. And so the mother, Mrs. Battles Jr.'s mom is important. If you don't see her in the movie, you ain't seen
Octavia?
nothing.
Yep. Octavia.
Yep. Octavia Battles, especially the principal. You need the principal. And then, I mean, the former coach is trash. He didn't matter. And there's one more. There's actually one more very key character to all of this. The girlfriend. They said her name one time in the movie, and I can't remember Coach Carter's girlfriend's name, but she was very important. She always came up in her scenes. She's a great supporting actress. She came up in her scenes with all the right things to say, as well as like, I know who my man is. You know, like, I know who you are. You ain't got to pull the fluff with me. What are you going to do next? Stuff like that.
Right, like a very feminine, supportive, like wifey type. You know, like his girlfriend. But she was on her stuff though, like, you know, just supporting him and kind of helping guide him in the right ways with his mindset. He needed to wife her. I don't know if he ever wifed her, but he needed to wife her.
And with that, guys, I think it's time to move on to the
it's time to get it.
Critiques. We're gonna do a little differently today too. Usually we have been going through the story as it plays fit. I think right now we get the honor and the privilege. I mean, the movie came out in 2005.
The movie came out in 2005. Come on, bro. Like, you're right.
Anybody else that has seen this movie, if you haven't seen this movie, you need to do better.
That's on you.
Those who say they're allies to the Black community, this is your time to educate yourself, because we won't do it for you. There's Google. But what we're going to do is,
I got to even expose my wife. She didn't even see it until the other day when I rewatched it, and I'm like,
stop, because you're gonna expose me on other Black movies.
Hey, y'all don't know this, my wife is black. My wife is blackity black. So I'm like, what?
She black, y'all. She black, y'all. She blackity black, and she black.
So I'm
y'all.
like, how have you not seen Coach Carter? This is a cultural movie. You're like, I don't understand.
So that's what we're doing. We're going to discuss the cultural effects and what's relevant today. Some of the stuff that for us that we've come through as like children. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I do not enjoy basketball or football. I don't.
Trash.
And so usually, don't stay away from the camera when you do it this time. Just stay back. Don't type on your phone.
I'm coming. Trash.
Guys, I don't think you've noticed, but like every video he puts his lips to the camera. I think it's his thing. I just be trying to ignore him. It doesn't work. So yeah, the relevancy we have today. I hate basketball. I hate football. But I've learned as I've gotten older, the community dictates that we at least try some sort of like camaraderie. And so I get the opportunity to appreciate it. And so the people that make me watch basketball with them it was evident, because I was like, that's a foul, coach. I'd have seen the movie. Right. I ain't watched it in 10 years, but I've seen the movie.
But Nate, let's be real, Ninja. In our Black community, you had two ways out: being a rapper or being a ball player. So everybody had to like some type of ball, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, hockey ball, I don't know, some type of ball. All right? Puck, whatever. Puck? You got to find a way out with that type with balls, basically.
Okay. No, you don't. Not that way. All right.
Crazy.
But yeah, so I got the opportunity to even learn that, like, I know something about basketball, and I seen the movie. I was mad at all the plays. The coaches were getting cheated. Richmond was a bunch of Black kids getting worked by some white people sometimes. It was upsetting, but it's okay. We still won the games. Richmond High, game.
So let's get into it, man. So off the bat, we got Samuel Jackson. He's coming on and he's taking on part of the team. The biggest thing that I didn't even like off rip, or I got to critique, is the pacing. The pacing, and I gotta get my bads out because I want to talk about all the goods. I want to talk about all the goods.
Let's do it.
I don't have that many bads, so I got to get them out now. I want to get them out now.
All right, I'm down.
The pacing,
Let's go.
it was a little too choppy. We go from he's coming on, scouting the team, trying to see if he wants to come in. Boom. He's a part of the team now. Boom. All right, now we go to our first game. Boom. And then we go to the lockout. Boom. Oh, okay. Then we won a championship somehow. Boom. And now we at another championship, even though he just said he had 4 seniors on the team that was supposed to graduate at the end of the first championship. But they still here on the second championship. I'm like, wait a minute. This means they're supposed to be in school no more unless they super seniors. I mean, that happens sometimes. We all went to high school with some super seniors. But I'm just saying now. What you got?
Pacing. You kind of lost me a little bit. I'm back back on track though. Remember, I'm fresh. You watched it yesterday. I watched it today. I'm fresh. So, I mean, he is right. Pacing was just like that. Boom, I'm looking at him. I'm watching my son at the rival team that they about to get whooped by get murdered. They lost by like 48 points, bro. It was terrible.
Boy.
They got murdered. And then next thing you know, he was the coach. And then after he was the coach, somebody quit the team. And after quit the team, he was like, let me come back. Then he came back. And then they was like, cool. Then they was like, bet. Now we're going to play this championship. Why y'all partying like some little hoes? Then they found out after he comes back from said trip when they was partying like some little hoes. Excuse me, for all the kids that are watching. Hoes are gardening tools. All right, great. And then...
No, F them kids. Go in, bro. F them kids.
No, I'm not
Go in, bro.
F'ing them kids. We got to tell the kids what's the truth. The garden tools. They are to be used. All right. And then after that happens, he's like, you guys have been dumb. You've been cheating me out of this. And half the team's like, first off, we have 3.0s and stuff, and these people are just not doing their job. We're like, one bad, one sound, dog. This is actually before Drumline. All right, back to the next step. Lockout. After lockout, media exposure. He's going to go quit. Doesn't quit. Team loves him. Then they go to the championship, take a fat L. That's a lie. They really didn't take a fat L. They got cheated. And then the movie ends with the famous credits of, and then you see Junior go to college. And then you see Keon do this. And then you see this and that. I love those. It's my favorite kind of endings for movies. We need to bring that back.
Me too. I
If
kind of like
y'all
those.
are watching famous movie people who do research, bring back the iconic pauses at the end. Thank you.
Where they go, hanging with people, then they go, and then a whole slab of words pop up so you can read it real quick.
And everybody saw Nathan quit his job that day.
You feel me though? But yeah, the pacing, like I said, it was just a little bit off. But with that said, that's literally the last thing I had to say bad about I'd say the production side of this movie. It was just the pacing was off. Past that, boy, this movie's on the right track. All right. First of all, Nate, I want you to go ahead and go in, man. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. We are not going in chronological order. So when you're watching this, I need y'all to listen. We are discussing like the relevancy to us as Black culture. Like this is something I believe this is a movie
how relevant
everybody should watch.
You know what? That's a good opener. How relevant do you think this is to Black culture? What were your critiques with that?
So extremely,
Let's get into
especially
it.
in the fact that it was based in California. Like it's facetious for me to not facetious. It's redundant for me to say like extremely, but like truly and honestly, this movie begs the same question: is your most unlikely people to graduate are men, so women are dominating us on that. The most out of that, the people that do graduate, the least amount of them are Black. Out of the ones that are Black, then you have the next is the minorities. So it goes from white people are the most common, Black people are, the bottom. They're not even the next. The next is the minorities in between. So Hispanics, Asians, all those other. And so that's
Asian actually might even be topping out white a little bit,
depending on where you at.
But I don't even want to. I don't want to cut you off. But just to add on to what you were talking about right now, statistically, right now, a majority of Black boys in America are reading at a 4th grade reading level. Right now, 2022, 4th grade reading level. Look it up. Stats right now.
Hey, Coach Carter throws out stats the whole movie, so play him if you want to. Samuel Jackson.
If you guys ever had any questions about the Black community and what kind of state we're in, Coach Carter was talking about these stats in 2005, and the stats are still the same in 2022. Let that be some sobering stuff for your body.
Wait, he was talking about him in 2005, referencing the 90s.
Referencing?
Don't even be like, oh well, that's just the 2000s.
No.
This nut came out in the 1900s. From all those from the 1900s, raise your hand.
Oh my God, it was just so bad. And like, I was just talking to my wife about it. I'm just like, yo, the cultural relevance of this is because this stuff is still so like timely. We are still having an issue in our community in terms of educational disparities. We still have an issue with the fatherhood and raising of boys and challenging them the proper ways. Because the main issue I had in this goddamn movie, these parents in this area were the worst. I don't care what situation they're going through. They're the worst.
Let's talk about it. No, let's make that because really, to be honest with you, the whole movie is going to dwell around the parents. Every step that Coach Carter takes, even as a parent himself, it's revolved around the parents. Not one, listening to the needs of the kids. Two, not listen to the needs of the community. Like their community thought was basketball. Basketball is going to save them.
Even the principal, basketball.
Right? She's like, I didn't pay you to come and teach my students. He's like, right, you get paid to do that. I'm just trying to teach them basketball and make them not be dumb. That's it.
Right. The correct phrasing for that. It's your job to coach basketball. That's right, principal, and it's your job to educate these kids.
And he walked off like a thug.
Like a
shout out though. I want y'all to know how uncommon it was to have a woman of authority in a movie. Shout out to Coach Carter for having a black woman.
A black woman.
The most hated person in America. I don't care what nobody says. At me if you want to. Like, dog. She was in power, authority.
I would say that. What I didn't. Well, again, that goes to my critique though. It just seemed like it was either two things. Either the parents didn't care and community didn't care, or they coddled so much that it inhibited growth in the kids. They was like, oh, well, these kids have nothing else but basketball. If we take that away, they'll have literally nothing. Coach Carter said, man, F this, man, what are you talking about? They ain't got nothing else. I don't care if they have anything else. I'm not gonna settle for subpar. That's what he said.
I love that, because that's what's so bad is we still do that nowadays. It's still like, hey, if you're not gonna go to college, then you need to be good at some sport. If you're not gonna be good at some sport, then you need to just be, the top of your class. And it's like, okay, but what if I don't have the aspiration to go to college? First off, to all the youth in the world, to all the people that have kids, I condemn you for having kids. Izzy is a father, and I think he is doing a phenomenal job. All right.
Number 2 on the way.
Are we throwing our baby numbers out? I thought last time he wasn't. Okay, he got 2. I'm about to be a godfather twice because all his other friends is whack and they don't want to pick him. All right, I'm not gonna come for nobody else. No. This hits home so hard because it upsets me. For those who don't know, graduate. I did it again. I got stuck. Graduate over here of the illustrious University of Kansas.
Bro, why you putting out my information? Goodness, just say
Rock Chalk Jayhawk. I don't care. He's graduate. Famous dropout from 3 institutions, and yet here we are in life, still doing what we can do. Fun fact: I know how to remodel houses. And these are things that they did not encourage as a child. Now, did I want to work in the medical field? Yes. The only thing that's inhibited me is finances. Whatever, great. But that wasn't. The only other option given to me was you either go to college or you just start working, but never the mindset of build something, have your own, learn your own. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you are like, hey, I can't make it through school, get a trade. You can be a plumber.
Get a trade.
You can be an electrician. You can do housework. You can be a home decorator. First off, home design is quite important. People don't just go to houses and buy them if they're bare. Okay, so you can do those things. These are jobs that pay you. Event planning. You can be a chef. There are options, kids, and you're not stuck with just I have to go to college. But I will say this: you are supposed to do something after you leave high school.
Absolutely, and I'll even add to that, bro. Like even though I did graduate college, right? I was originally going for med school too. I switched my major to comms because I'm like. After OChem, I was like, yeah, F this, I'm done. Anyway, but I graduated out with my degree, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I make great money. I'm married with a family, and I don't use my degree to this day. You don't need that bull crap, to be honest. Honestly, Honestly, I feel like I probably should be doing what I'm doing now a long time ago. But the thing is, I ain't gonna put it on my parents too much because they didn't know themselves. So they probably weren't aware. I get that. But what I don't like is bringing it back to this movie because I feel like we're getting a little too off topic. What I don't like is the narrow-mindedness of it or the just despair. It's either narrow-minded, this is your choice, or you're gonna be in the streets. And they were so quick to discard these boys. So quick. They didn't even care. So quick. If they had no basketball, fine. Go out to the streets, go get arrested then, nigga.
Dog.
Ninja.
So Cruz, let's talk about it. So Cruz, you learned early on, has very low impact from his family. You can assume just by the demographics of the movie. The only person he saw is his cousin Rennie.
Yeah, his
cousin Rennie. The dude who got shot.
That's it. That's all he got.
Right. And so you can assume from the demographics, the stereotypes, because the movie's going to play on stereotypes. If y'all ain't caught this yet, we critique movies for real. All right. So he's going to play on the stereotypes. The only family he got is his drug dealing uncle. You know? They speak their native tongue between each other because that's the only family.
I think he's Dominican. I think he's Dominican. Yeah.
He is Dominican.
Something like that. Yeah.
So it's either he speaks Spanish. Just so those who don't know, he speaks Spanish.
He's Dominican. He's Afro. He's just a different skin. Yeah. He's Dominican.
They take the time to show this demographic of like, you either gonna have a supportive family or you not. And that was the issue. His cousin was like, hey, you good? You not good? Hey, well, let's go sell something. And that was his only way to get him out from being bad versus, hey, what we need to do to get you set up? Do we need to get you to school? Do we need to do this? Right. And Coach Carter did a phenomenal job with Olivia Battle, which is Junior Battle's mother, of just explaining like, hey, I lost my son. And so with him, I'm on his head all the time. You need to go to school. He's like, but he never thought he can go to college. And a junior college called him for a scholarship. And that right there, I cried.
And see, in this part right here, I got to talk about my next critique of it. Good critique. Samuel L. Jackson, man, this ninja taught us in Coach Carter how important a father figure is to your life. I ain't even gonna hold you. This man not once enabled these boys, not once. He challenged them. He rose the bar. He never lowered it. He always rose it and dared them to reach it. And honestly, if you look at me personally, I've even talked to my wife about this when it comes to raising our kids. That's the way I raised my kids, for at least from me being a father. She's more nurturing. She's a little more feminine. She's more nurturing. I love that about her. Myself, I'm the more structured, more raising the bar for them because it's important to challenge your kids to show them that there's something above. Because if they don't think there's nothing above, they won't even reach for it. But if you challenge them properly, give them the right tools and say, I dare you to jump, more than often, them kids are going to try. They might fight you at first. Man, I ain't trying to mess with that, which all the kids in the show, in the movie did. But in the end, they came back. You know what, man? I'm going to try.
What did it take, Coach? Tell me what it is. I'll do it.
Yo, Junior battle when the mama brought Junior back into the store. No, he in the car. He come in.
No, so look, Junior is at least 6'7".
He at least 6'7". Oh my God.
When I tell you that height difference is enough to be like, why he said, for all those who had very entitled parents and just allowed them to do whatever they want.
Do whatever.
That ain't the thing. My mother is also 5 foot, and I'm gonna let you know right now. Oh my gosh, how you get me? She'll hit me up. Don't let that little short lady fool you. Boy, she was.
Right. So when the movie first came in and Samuel Jackson imposed the contracts and all the different rules, basically he was requiring the kids to have a 2.3 GPA. He was requiring them to sit in the front of their class, and he was requiring them to wear suits to all the games, right?
And to attend every class.
And to attend every single class. And the mom was the first one standing up and saying, I don't think my son can do that because he's been bad at school before, which is bad parenting. You should always challenge your kids to do better. That's what I'm saying. But later on, she like, look, my son told me he quit yesterday. I'm gonna be real with you. I could take him to any other school. We got calls from junior colleges. I want him to play for you. And then Samuel Jackson's like, well, I got to hear that from him. Oh, don't worry. He in the car. Junior, bring your behind here, boy.
Bro, quick.
This 6'8" dude coming in like this.
Dog. Coach Carter. So his own son, Coach Carter did what he did. He's like, I went to Richmond, so I know what it offers. And I refuse to give it to my child. He set a bar. And in the way that he loved his son, the way he thought he was loving his son was by making him not do it. His son said, Dad. Well, he didn't even say that. He said, Sir, because, that was a term of endearment.
It's all about sirs, right?
Yeah, and it was a term of endearment between him and his father. His father said it at the beginning. It's a sign of respect between men. He's like, I'm not saying this so I have some power. You're all sirs. You're a sir. I'm a sir. Mm-hmm. But his son was like, Dad, whatever team you coach, that's the team I want to be on. He's like, you sent me here, you're not coaching no more, is what I thought. That's why I came. But if you coaching at Richmond, I'm going to Richmond. Dad's like, no, listen, I did too much for you to get this far.
Right.
And his son was like, but Dad, you taught me if I want something, do it. His son came back and said, sir, I got something to offer you. Not only did he get a contract that his dad had, because he
got a copy of it. He snuck it. Yeah, he snuck it.
He know his father. He updated it. He said, I have updated your contract. I will maintain a 3.5. He's above and beyond the 2.3. He said, I will attend every class. Not only will I attend every class, instead of 10 hours of community service a week, I'll do 50 hours. And on top of that, if there's even one instance in the school where I'm in trouble, you can send me whatever other school you want to go to. And you know what Coach Carter said to him? This is my favorite. He said, you know what? I teach and I trained you to be a man who understands that your action has consequences. So I'm going to respect it. You know that whatever choice you make is going to have a consequence down the road. But I am going to change that to 3.7.
Right, he raised the bar. He raised the bar,
he said,
bro.
You thought you was slick. You make a 4.0, bro. Like you ain't about to play me.
You ain't about to play me, brother. I love it, man. And that's how even like when my kids get older, when they come to me with an type of decision, if they want to do business, whether they want to do schooling, I want each one of them to come up with a PowerPoint presentation on why they want to do it. Because I don't want no half behind anything. You got to come to me structured. I love this whole entire dynamic we're seeing. This is how a father kind of teaches. Steps in, what you going to do about it? All right, raise the bar past that. I'll see you when you're done. And he just gives you like, that's it. Nothing else.
And there's no condemnation.
There's no condemnation.
The bar.
There's no condemnation.
I can't believe you didn't make it. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. He says, this is what we agreed upon. What steps do we need to take so that we do it? Because we failed. It's not you failed, it's we failed. Because the way that he does this is it's a team effort. He said, if one of us triumphs, we all triumph. If none of us triumph, we don't. So
that's a good point. And we're bringing up Cruz now. That's my other critique. I loved it. When Cruz left the team, Cruz had got into a fight with Coach Carter. Coach Carter sunned that boy. Anyway, he comes back talking about, I want to be on the team. He said, sir, Mr. Cruz, how you doing? Okay, so I hear you want to be on the team. Looks like you owe me 2,500 push-ups and 1,000 suicides. And then, I'm going to need that by Friday if you choose to be on this team. Okay.
That was Monday, y'all.
Practice and just walked off. Like, it's like, oh, okay.
He told them, he was like, y'all don't, like, he got to do it by himself. You need to do it where you're not bothering us. You need to do it where you're not
bothering us. Put it off to the side. But what I'm saying is, like, to the point you just made, no condemnation, no shame, no judgment. He just rose the bar. And if you don't meet the bar, get out. That's it.
You know what's even crazy? And I think some people have missed this. I know I definitely missed it. The many times I've seen this movie, they used to make us watch all the time. My cross country coach used to use these phrases all the time. You told me you deserve to be here. Show me you deserve to be here. Like, shut up, bro. Like, stop quoting Coach Carter. He used to watch it every year. Mind blowing. I didn't like it because I was a jerk. I'm an adult now, and I appreciate these things.
You appreciate it.
Bro, he said, you still owe me 80 suicides and 500 push-ups. You didn't make the bar. He never lowered it. He never said, we'll make an exception because you tried so hard. He kept it the same. And you know what he did afterwards? The team said, I'll come help him, coach. I got this man, coach. I'll do it with him. First off, Worm a punk. He like, man, I guess everybody else doing it. I might as well.
Yeah, Worm is my favorite person on this movie, bro.
Phenomenal. Hey, but let me tell y'all why that's so key. Coach Carter never said the team couldn't help.
Facts.
Coach Carter never gave direction.
Never said that
he had to do it by himself. Coach Carter says, you owe me this. And when everybody else came on that last point, like, nah, you said if we a team, we all a team. So, like, if one of us fails, we all fail.
The thing I was thinking the whole time, I'm like, why didn't y'all just help him earlier?
You know what, though? I'm glad they didn't, because I felt like if they would have, Cruz would have never learned the lesson he learned.
Facts. He needed to learn the lesson.
He did. He had to learn. He had to learn. Even though there's a couple moments he quit twice. Cruz quit twice. Everybody know. Twice. But both times, I mean, it's justified. You have no other man in your house but your Uncle Rennie and Coach Carter.
I just love it. Like I said, There was no in both of those 2 times. He didn't tell Cruz couldn't get back on the team. He never said you couldn't do this. He never shamed his name. He just said, "Okay, well when you come back, you owe me something." Like you just owe me. You got to pay what you owe, and then all is forgiven. That's it.
Hey,
just pay what you owe.
So for all those that don't care, there's always a Bible reference in movies, so I'm going to throw it out there. When Rennie died, his uncle Rennie died. And he walked up to coach to repeat the same question of whatever you want me to do, coach, I'm gonna do it. Just put me back on the team because
that was
he
sad,
wanted so much.
Thug tears dropped a little bit, you know.
Right, I cried multiple times.
My man said, "I'll do whatever, coach."
Bro, Coach Carter. Oh Lord, we lost Izzy. Izzy, come back. My guy, we can't do this without you. I done lost the boy. Come back. I'm finished what I gotta say. Why he go? Where'd you go? Oh, where'd you go?
Oh, you still on?
I am. There we go.
Okay.
Boy.
All right. I don't know what just happened. Okay, we're still recording. Good.
Oh.
I was gonna be upset, bruh.
Don't worry. I didn't finish without you.
Yeah, don't ever press end. Don't ever press end until we.
I didn't.
Done.
I just scrolled to text you to let you know. All right. So back to the point at hand. So, Coach Carter let him know right then and there, like, my principles and my rules are not above who you are and what you're going through.
Facts.
And so, like, that was something he realized, like, this man just lost somebody important to his life. And the first thing he thinks of is coming to me. He's like, no, let's work through that. He's like, bro, you family, you already here. We already cool. Just know, like, prodigal son moment. Just come on back. The debt's already been paid. You ain't got to worry.
And that's the entire tempo, the same energy that Coach Carter keeps with every single one of his players. You got Channing Tatum, the same energy. You got the same energy. Kenyon,
the
same
son
energy.
Too.
Son. He didn't even judge his son no different. Same energy. Like, yo.
Bro, he came late first day of school.
First day.
Did what he's supposed to. He was getting his homework. He was talking to his teachers after each class because he wasn't there the first week. So he was doing what he's supposed to.
He wasn't even late. He was late for being early because remember it was 2:55. Practice was at 3. It was 2:55. He said he was late. I'm like, oh my God.
He's like, but he almost said, but dad, but sir. He said, no, you got some suicides and push-ups. Go ahead.
Some suicides. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But anyway, I want to move a little bit different to another critique of mine I got is that this movie is so 2000s. The music, the vibes, the clothes. I don't know. Nate, what was we doing wearing them 5XLs back in the day, bro?
Let's talk about them jean shorts that look like
What were we doing?
Them extra long space capris
the extra long shorts.
Bro, they had jackets upon jackets. Dudes was wearing hoodie sweaters and jean jackets. You know how hot we was?
Bro.
Should we fly? With a hat and a do-rag.
I couldn't tell if this was Richmond or if this was New York. I couldn't tell half the time.
Bro.
Because I'm just like, these dudes are wearing like marshmallow coats.
The girls got on the pump jackets that stop up here at the top, you know, with the long shorts underneath, with the little hoodies that come on with the drawstrings. Like,
the
you
girls,
use them.
So 90s, so
no
2000s.
Pockets. Pockets didn't exist for anybody. Nobody had pockets.
The dancers looked like they were straight out of a Destiny's Child music video. I'm trying to tell you.
Bro, I was so mad at the Richmond cheerleaders the whole time.
The Richmond cheerleaders, I don't know. They were different.
Y'all was trash. One girl said,
it was trash. They was trash. I don't even know what we was doing.
I said, what are you doing? You're not even on beat.
You're not even on beat. I didn't like. Now the cheerleaders got to go, bro. I didn't know about that one.
Disclaimer: you can be black and be off beat. It's okay. I'm just talking about this cheerleader.
Nate's be off beat most times. It's okay.
You're a liar. I'm a whole dancer. You don't ever do that to yourself.
What are you talking about? You're off beat. Look at you, off beat right now. Look at you.
First off, hold on. I want everybody to know, your boy have seen Izzy dance.
Who? I don't dance, though. I don't claim to be. I know I'm off beat, but at least I come to terms with it. I come to terms with it, though.
I'm gonna let him live. Back to Coach Carter. We ain't gonna talk about him. So the music, you know, they was getting it. You know, I don't even remember what song it was. It was, you know, they did the That was great.
Yo, they played that lately by Tyrese. Have I told you I love when Kenyon was walking up to his baby mama trying to make amends. Lele, have I told you you still mean the world to? I was like, oh, bro, this was a vibe back then. They was getting it.
And I was vibing the whole time. I said, this that stuff. Like, what's up?
That stuff, man. But yo, Nate, now we talked about the vibe. We talked about Coach Carter's teaching at the house, Coach Relevant. Can we please talk about the dynamic with Kenyon and his baby mama? Like you just mentioned, we was opening up. Go into it, bro.
I'm so glad we started out the way we did because this is gonna be a good. I think this might be a good chunk. So listen, as a man who has had scares in his life before, I don't call them scares, but the women call them scares. I wanted to be a dad since I was 12, y'all. So I ain't trying to trap nobody, but you know, I said the Lord do what He gonna do.
wait, we gonna cut that out. Let's go. Let's cut that out. All right, let's go. Cut that out.
All right. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, I ain't trying to chat nobody, but it happened. All right, on the serious, I'm back. I'm sorry, I couldn't even do it.
Oh, that was funny.
Y'all. So let me tell y'all about this, man. Let me just tell you about this, man. Kenyon had this girl named Kyra, and they was a power couple.
Right.
You saw from the start of the movie. She was like, hey, look what I got at the 99-cent store. She pulled out some little baby J's. He was like, ooh, girl, you know I love you.
They was a ghetto fabulous power couple.
This thong, whatever. Okay. So you would think from the way they started this part of this relationship, it was only going to be sex driven. Yes and no. So they come up, you know, he's talking to her about the baby. He's like, hey, you don't even know if you're pregnant. She's like, I took 3 pregnancy tests. Like, I'm pregnant. He's like, but you ain't been to the doctor. She's like, why you bugging? I'm pregnant. He's like, you right. You know, these shoes is cute. We gonna be some good parents. And he's going with his girl's mindset of everything's gonna be all dandy. We're gonna have this baby and life gonna continue. We have this baby, life gonna continue. Then you see them the next time they have this conversation about the baby. They hot and heavy. This is gross. This is child porn, y'all. This is nasty. Y'all need to stop. Why are y'all doing what y'all doing? Sinners. Okay, I'm just playing. I'm sorry. Give me Lord. All right.
Hey, cut that out. Cut it out.
Stop condemning people. All right. So the next time you see them together, okay, I'm gonna start. All right, okay.
Tell the producers off camera. Go ahead. Can we cut?
Hey, somebody, take some water. It's hot. I'm hot. All right. So, so they come back, right? And the next time you see them together, they're doing what normal teenagers do. They're sneaking around the house. They're trying to, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of bump and grind, like Arcade said.
I'm sorry, that reminds me of Orlando Brown. I'm sorry. When he was on drugs. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep doing.
I'm so dead.
Everything you just said remind me of Orlando Brown. I'm probably gonna put a clip in here right now. I'm probably gonna put a clip.
Good. All right. So they do that, and then there's a baby. They hear a baby. She's like, "Oh dang, Miles here." He's like, "You said we was by ourselves."
Right.
So while they're doing,
that's like her little nephew or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's her nephew. Mm-hmm. So she's like, "Hey, tell Uncle Keon, whatever." And he was like, "Hey, dog. What's up with this baby? Like, what are we supposed to be doing?" She's like, well, this, that, and the third. And he's like, but your sister, right? Like, your sister is 19. She got 2 kids. She ain't doing nothing. Like, why ain't she doing her job? Why are you taking care of her? She's like, well, mom works a double shift. She told my sister she take care of her. He's like,
it's just
what about after?
It's almost like a struggle story. You know what I'm saying? It's like and the way she's navigating it, I'd even say she almost doing almost like a trauma response. She's just like, it's normal. It's okay. Like, it's every day. What's the problem?
Like, really, every time he asked so just to give you a lead up to this, Coach Carter has said numerous times, this time he let them know, he's like, y'all are students first, athletes next. So like, as we go through this, you have the opportunity to go to college. You have something after this. Basketball is not your end all be all. And so Kenyon. His name is Kenyon. I got a friend named Kenyon. All right. So Kenyon is
think about somebody
these
from
questions. Like somebody from Kenyon. Okay, I'm with you. So he's running through this question with her. He's like, so what you gonna do after this? But you gonna go to college? She's like, okay, but I'm gonna have a baby. Okay, so you have the baby, you're gonna start working? Yeah. So how you gonna work and have a baby? She was like, we gonna be doing this together. Right. So if we both go to work, who's watching the baby?
Right.
Like,
good questions, honestly.
It's never like you need to stay at home and watch the baby. I need to stay at home. It's always like, what are we doing after this baby comes? And she gets hot, like, bro, like, why'd you do it?
Right, and it's almost like she was either expecting him to kind of go along with what's just happening, or quote unquote be a man and lead the family when the boy is in high school. He can't lead crap. He can't lead a crayon down a straight line
from his single parent household.
And this speaks to a larger cultural issue, like where we don't really give grace, I don't think, in that regard to the black boys of our community that get in these situations. I don't want to say too much, but get in these situations like this when they're children. I do think we do sometimes for the other side, but we don't really do it for this side much to give them grace because they're children. And I think he was more mature in the fact he was asking all these questions when there wasn't no baby yet. He was basically family planning. On
top of him family planning, the man was smart. He already by himself when Coach Carter had the lockout. This is after the scene, but Coach Carter has a lockout. He points out, Coach, I got a 3.3, and I've been in all my classes.
He was actually doing his classes. Yeah, he was.
He's like, what are you talking? Like, why do I have to suffer because of them?
And he said,
so when he's asking her these questions, like, he's not asking her these questions without having at least thought about it. Like, if you have a 3.3 in a high school that's undereducating you as well as doesn't believe in you, and most likely the teachers is not teaching you, that means you learned it by yourself. You had to find the correct material by yourself, and on top of that, you were doing it by yourself with no tutoring, no help, no funding. This man, he has the capacity for it, and she's hot every time. She's like, "Why are you asking this?" There was even a point where he was like, "Hey, why are you telling your loudmouth friends about a baby that we don't even know we're about to take care of?"
Right.
He's like, "Well, you love me when we was getting down hot and heavy." He's like, "And I love you now, but I just don't know what to do with this kid. Like, I don't know." You want me to know for us? At
any point during this movie he stopped loving her, and we see later on he even invites her to go move with him while he goes to school and go to college and potentially tries to get an MBA. He wants to be in love with her. He just wasn't ready for a child. And one thing I gotta say, I don't think we hear this enough. Consent for sex is not consent to have a child. I don't know if it's clear. I'll try to make that a little more clear again. When it comes to that situation, we know men, you can wear protection and just kind of, stop yourself, whatever. But once that is kind of broken and that's done, there's no more regulation for men in terms of like having that say or ownership anymore. That's completely gone now. So with that being done and said, oh, you frozen?
No, I'm listening.
Okay, so with that being done,
I can't listen. I can't be an audience.
My bad. You was just.
I'm intrigued.
But anyway, with that being done and said, he's basically saying, yo, I love you. Yes, we've been in a situation, but I'm not gonna lie. I think we need to talk more about it because it's not gonna be suitable for either one of us when we're trying to elevate. I still love you and I still want to be with you. I definitely do. Being parents right now, though, that's tough. We wanted to have sex, yes. Parents, no. Sex makes babies, I get that, but let's be real here. There's options. We have options.
And he didn't even do what like the normal trope or the normal trope.
Mm-hmm.
Trope. Yep, it is trope.
Yeah, trope or stereotype. Trope.
Yeah, the trope or stereotype is that the man's gonna be like, get an abortion. It's your fault. Fix it. Like he dictates the decision of the body to himself. Like you need to fix it. It's going to your body. You need to fix it. But never once is that his option. His option is just like we just need to think of the after. If we're keeping the baby, like you're saying, and he gave her full autonomy for the.
Go ahead.
He came up with full autonomy for her for the answer. Like he didn't do what the normal tragic man is of like
trying to force her to do something.
You got to do what I say. He was just like
he didn't do none of that.
Well, if you gonna make this decision, then this what we gonna do next? Even when she aborts the baby, he's like, well, why don't you at least talk to me? He's like, I'm not gonna convince you otherwise, but I could have at least been there for the decision making. Like you don't have to run through the process of it by yourself. You don't have to sit here and be like, well, my only option is that I have to be I have to get
strong,
an abortion. Like somebody has to hold it down.
Like and hold it down.
He was willing to just be like, let's just talk through the options together. You make the final decision, obviously, but we're in this. We're a team.
We're a team. And that's the thing he kept on echoing. I'm not gonna lie, the boy was very immature. He was young. He's young, he's high school. But he was mature in the fact that he was asking so many questions and trying to get her to constructively think about what are we doing as far as our family planning. And if you don't have a plan for that and you just saying we should just go with the flow, then we should not do that. That's basically what he was trying to constructively think. And then in the end, back to that point where so spoiler, she already ended up aborting the baby. But before he found that out, he went to the school he got a scholarship to and asked them for assistance to help him and his new family, and they agreed. And he presented it to her. Hey, guess what? I got that school to help you, me, and the baby. So we actually gonna be good. All that worry I had, just in case you want to keep it, I have an option now. We didn't have an option before, but now I do. And she was like, oh, well, ain't no baby no more. What? I just did all that work. You didn't even tell me? You know what I'm saying?
And once again, not once did he go, how dare you get an abortion? He was like, why couldn't we communicate?
Why couldn't we communicate?
But never,
right.
This was never you ain't do right, so I'm a come for your life. Like, I think he did a real good job of that as a partner.
And what I don't like, I think Ashanti played this role pretty well because, and I'm not gonna say it was just her off. She wasn't off because a lot of girls do this. She was trying so quickly to detach. I think it's like a detachment love style where she was like, you should go play ball. You should go do your life. I'm happy for you. I want that for you. And he's like, what are you talking about? I wanted you to come with me. Like you and me being apart was never a thought. Baby or no baby, you was never gonna just not be with me.
And that's always how they do young black people in movies.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, she's trying to be strong, independent, and I don't need no man. But I'm like, that's such a trope we don't need no more of in our community. I'm tired of that trope. I don't think our women need to be completely strong, independent. Because we need each other.
Well, we're two men, so we can't really say much about what y'all can and can't do. I ain't got no perspective, but I'm
unfiltered, unbiased. I'm
a man. I'm a man. I'm not gonna tell you what you can and can't do, but I have suggestions to the female community.
Suggestions.
You're allowed to be vulnerable.
Brings out list.
You let me just. All right.
There you go.
So no, I'm
show
kidding.
The list.
But you show the. You want to see the list? I got you.
No,
here's my list of demands that women need to do as men.
Not demands, suggestions. Remember, you said suggestions.
No, this is my demands. My suggestions, though. You don't have to be strong in every situation.
You don't.
You're allowed to be vulnerable.
Oh, you so are. You so are.
You're allowed to feel the emotions that you feel. You're allowed to have the thoughts that you have. And I know these are things like, we're humans too, but society does not allow you to do that, especially the black
community. Our community,
the African Americans.
It is
it's not suitable for your mental health. It's not suitable for the child's mental health. As a man, if I try to live how men lived in the 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, whenever else before now, if I try to live like, first off, the men now are whack. You guys are whack. You guys need to do better.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Healthy masculine energy, okay, is being able to, one, be vulnerable with yourself, two, being able to allow yourself to say what you feel and what you think, like, this is what I'm going through, and then being ready for the correction that comes with it, because what you said, there's a consequence of a response. Absolutely. And so you have to be ready to be like, hey bro, like, I'm upset about this, and then somebody going, why are you upset about it? Like, you should not be. And as a man, being able to be like, should I not be? Not saying your feelings are invalid, but also understanding, like, am I right for the actions that I'm creating in my emotions? Because emotions are very much so temporary. And so that's okay. Feel them, work through them, run through them. And like they show you in Coach Carter, once you run through them, now let's talk about it.
That's facts. And what I also want to add to that, at least from my perspective, what Coach Carter teaches me about images of masculinity, that's why I connected to it so much, because I feel like I'm living it literally in my daily life. Having a structure, having healthy guidance for children. Yeah. Healthy guidance in the terms of, he didn't shame not one kid. He didn't dismiss one kid. He gave them a bar, a standard, and said, reach it. If you don't, get out, and you just come back whenever you're ready. The door's open all the time. Not just come back when you're ready. You have to pay what you owe when you get back. When you come back, pay what you owe.
The consequence of your decision has this
pay
Action.
what you owe. And then Cruz gives probably one of the best early 2000s monologues you can give. Our deepest fear is that we're not inadequate, is that we're stronger than beyond measure or something like that, or that we're more powerful than we ever thought. It's not our darkness that scares us, but our light and the fact that we can shine brighter than others. That thing hit me hard. And that, for that reason, we giving the rating.
On the count of 3, we're going to say it together for
right.
I think we're on the
Ready?
same page.
3,
1,
2,
3, 2,
1.
9.
8.5. Ooh, okay. Okay.
So as always, though, because it's a 8.75, we're going to round that up to a 9.
Whatever, bro.
I lost last time, y'all. We had an 8.25, so I had to give it an 8. We had 8.75 today.
As always, guys, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe if you new. You know what I'm saying? Hit that notification
Excuse
bell.
me. All the comments too. Hey.
Drop the comments. Tell us what you like. And also, like we talked about before, tell us what you want us to refer to y'all, man. We're trying to grow this following. We're trying to grow out this entire community. How do we refer to y'all?
You know, we want to know who we talking to, because y'all talking to us and you know who we are.
I'm not calling y'all fellow critiques. And I can't say I'm in. Wait a minute. You really tossed that to me for a second.
Yeah. That's my boy I.
And that's my boy in.
And we in the building. The raw, unfiltered, unbiased. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.